Last time, on the new Panther generation, the party returned to the surface and were welcomed as heroes in the wake of their victory against the Shadow Cult. Immediately as they exited the ancestral crypts, the party were amazed to see a crowd gathered, cheering them on as heroes for having protected the chieftain in their city, and hearing praise thrown at them as they were guided to the royal palace by the team. Once there, the High Chieftain greeted them, congratulating them on their victory and offering his and all of Catharsis' thanks for their services. They also received a substantial reward of 10,000 gold, though Morak was made to turn over the chieftain's axe. Uncowed, High Chieftain Sharn offered the party any access they could reasonably want within the city, and a promise of their full cooperation regarding the Illithid threat. But as this happened, Morak felt a faint stirring of the psionic energies he'd seen the previous night, from within the palace itself, and his mind briefly flashed to that of an observer watching the party receive their commendations. For now, he simply noted it and returned to the party to Morak's home, wherein Ode met with her mentor, Daz Ba'ote, and discussed her inability to utilize her shadow magic. Daz explained the roots of the Shadow Monastery's techniques in certain Shargan practice, and suggested that her defiance of the cult may have led to Sharga stripping her of his blessing. But he did offer to coordinate with members of the Cerulean Eye nearby to help Ode find a new path forward, and reiterated that she was still welcome within the Catharsis Temple, and that he was proud of her. Otherwise, the night passed without incident, and the party woke the next morning bombarded with summons and letters requesting meetings. As the party collectively debated how best to utilize their newfound rewards, Sunny met with a mysterious JS figure in the city, who, once he arrived, revealed that it was none other than James Slimefoot, who was impressed with Sunny's battle prowess, and offered him a place among his lily-pad knights, as well as a set of accompanying plate armor, which Sunny graciously accepted. Meanwhile, Artek met with Ashira, who wished to discuss his and the party's plan to use the Bloom and Blight together as a weapon against the Illithids. She offered some further insight, explaining that since the Blight would attempt to break free once it was released, they would have to enter the Everrot and excise the Blight from Artek shortly before their final battle with the Illithids. She also inquired with Artek how he thought it would feel for her to die, and Artek offered her some comfort, suggesting that it would be like when he allowed the Blight to be released. Just a feeling of freedom and comfort. Over the course of several days, Byron also gathered the necessary supplies and information to try and perform a ritual, seeking further information on the Dust Dragon. With the party and the team present, he performed this ritual and called forth ancient knowledge and legends long forgotten to the history of the Dust Dragon. Byron saw ancient battles and clashes between the rival gods, champions rising and falling, and confirmed some things he already knew to be true. Though it isn't strictly limited to one individual, the Dust Dragon's champions always take the form of a single force, and for all legends, it seems that the champion did not simply walk away unopposed. There was something else he learned, however. The orb Byron had stolen from the Dust Dragon was not just some idle curiosity. It contained a part, however small, of the very essence of the Dust Dragon, and the party speculated on how they could use this as leverage or as a bargaining chip to secure Byron's future. With that, the party departed, leaving Zatim and Byron alone for a brief moment, who took a short but pleasant walk through the Tears of Grumsh City Park and talked closely with one another.